Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again, and for the past few days I've been running with my Dreamfeather ST Chaos sort of poison build, most of the high-end maps that the game currently has to offer, and tackling the endgame bosses aside from the Guardians and the Shaper himself, because I just haven't got there yet. So I'm going to run you through some of the bosses, what they entail, and how the build handles them, or what you should really watch out for. This is Dark Forest Tier 15 and it now has Rigvold. This map I'm running right now has double Rigvold. So what you got to do is basically line of sight him with the rocks anytime he goes for that wolf cast, and otherwise whenever he turns into the wolf form you more or less want to run away because he's immune to damage and he throws on a pretty strong bleed on you, so you don't really want to be anywhere near him, and just go find him in another part of the map when he transforms back and try and kill him, but just watch out for the wolf attack for the most part. This is just a bit of gameplay example, kind of how the build's progressing and how it's going of the Dreamfeather ST. It has really strong single targets, some of the best I've ever had, and the clear speed isn't too bad, but not fast enough for some people, I will mention. This is the Tier 15 Coliseum Duresso bosses. It feels like their health was nerfed, as in line with the patch notes saying that most high-end bosses got nerfed, so that the Tier 16s are much more of the endgame challenge. In any case, their health does feel a bit nerfed, all my damage is really good, but their damage is still rather substantial and they can kill you if you're not careful. This was, I don't even know, Atziri maybe, as a map, and it's got that boss that they teased early on, which splits into two, into golems, and then goes back, and I don't know, I didn't really see anything happen there, I just straight up killed him immediately. Here we have a Tier 15 Core. So Core is not quite what it used to be, it's more just a map that you do as part of your rotation rather than the endgame challenge. As you can see, all three of the boss fights were nerfed on health, and Malachi himself has something like 1/5 of his previous health. It may even be 1/6. His damage is still rather substantial, and if you have really bad map mods, like some damage mods, double Malachi, minus max, vulnerability, super amounts of attack speed like this one has, I think he's turboed and has fleet, then you can still get in a lot of trouble. He still deals quite a lot of damage, though his life is far less substantial, so you have much better chance of surviving by killing him fairly quickly, or just graveyard zerging him, because 6 portals should be enough to take him down with whatever build you're doing, since his life really isn't that drastic of a barrier to get over anymore. My character seems to deal with Malachi pretty damn well. Flasks continue to recharge pretty much every phase, and you can play it a bit safer if you want, but I'm usually going for the super fast kills, and this is a rather challenging one. He's got quite a few damage mods on him, but it doesn't really matter. Just, poison, ST, burn him down, and it all goes rather well. Malachi is not what he used to be, but I would still definitely watch out for double core Malachis. Now we have been running Uber Atziri runs as well all day long pretty much. Did something like 10 or 15 Uber runs already for viewers, and it's a pretty safe, pretty strong build for Uber Atziri right now. It's not the fastest ever, as you can tell. DPS, it's okay, and single target's pretty good, still not the best ever. And the trash clear is where we have some troubles. So right now I'm still on a 5-link, and a 6-link would go a long way to helping me clear trash a lot faster. But right now on a 5-link, the trash clear is somewhat underwhelming, but it takes, maybe 5 minutes per zone, something like that, which isn't too bad. I do take out point blank for the trash clears because it's just not worth it, since I'm not really attacking up close all that often. The Uber Trio can either go extremely smoothly, like you see in this run, or you can get clipped by Rains a few times, though I do have 75 spell dodge with Vile Grace up, and typically that's enough to not die to any amount of rain, as I've rarely died to the Trio. I think I've died once in like 15 runs now. And Atziri is the main challenge for this build. Essentially, it's not going to ever really be a face roll. With a 6-link and perfect gear, you'll probably get through it really smoothly, really quickly, but with a 5-link and, whatever my gear is currently worth, about 2 or 3x in total, then, you're gonna have to play the game a bit. And that's kind of why I like the build, because I enjoy having to dodge, having to think, having to kind of use my skills, as it were, that I've built up from running so many goddamn Atziri runs. And it's rather fun to do these runs with a spectral throw build like this because it's fairly engaging. In any case, basically have been leveling off of Uber runs because I die only like once every 10 runs, even though it can be a bit risky. For the most part, not really doing any dying at all. The evasion I have and dodge is really huge, so the spears most of the time get evaded. Running 45 spell dodge, so even if you fuck up with the spells, chances are you have, a 1 in 2 chance of evading it. And aside from that, Vinktar's just helps shock the ad, and whenever you have that up, you're killing it damn near instantly. So flask management is your biggest challenge, I would say, on Atziri. Next up is a tier 12 Shipyard. The bosses have been changed here to be a lightning warband with one of the warband leaders. I didn't go into single target mode for this fight, as you can tell, and it's a little bit slower. As well as that, I have temp chains and it's a really bad corrupted mod roll. But just be careful with these guys, especially on certain map mods. I could imagine minus max is going to destroy you here. And there's 2 of these bosses on this current run because it's double boss. So you're still only going to get 1 warband pack, but 2 of the actual warband boss when it's double boss. This is now tier 14 Springs, and you have some upgraded version of Oak. I don't know the guy's name, and wasn't too important. He pretty much was just Oak, and it wasn't very hard. I used, as you can see, no single target for the start of the fight, and he didn't die very quickly. Swap into my single target, which is replacing GMP with slow proj, and annihilate him. So the single target is really good. Last map I'll show you is the Beacon. Once again, another warband here, this time the Fire guys. And these were pretty dangerous. I don't remember what was on the map, but it might have been like minus max, because they did hit me really hard, even with all my spell dodge and evasion. There's that guy that goes for the explosions and shit, and you gotta be careful of him. And that's about it. So thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.